Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. It's Mary Jane. Let's talk about Married to Medicine Season 6, Episode 4. Let's get down into it. Let's talk about Contessa. Contessa had a rough childhood. Both of her parents grew up sick. Watching her mother have cancer too as well has done something to her where she feels like she wants to get a vasectomy so she doesn't develop cancer, and she doesn't want her kids to watch her be sick, and that's why she became a doctor so she can help sick people. So her childhood really affected her too. And then also creating a type of fantasy world in her head, to compensate for her father not being there, her father disappearing and saying that he's in the CIA. So that's why you can see that it's easy for her to kind of brush off Toya's feelings as well and try to move on and move forward and act like everything is all good. Like, let's just keep going. Partially because she's mature and it's just like little stuff going on and she has really bigger things to worry about. So why go and why argue with Toya? That's why she greeted Toya at Fitney, kissed her and hugged her. She just wants to move forward. So she was offering a olive branch to Toya, but Toya wasn't feeling it. And so just to see, Dr. Contessa, talk to her father whether he has prostate cancer and if he's actually going to seek medical treatment, chemotherapy or not, she's going to be there to support him. So now, but she's also coming to the realization that her father might not be around for a long time. And she actually wants him to go to her doctor's appointment where she gets the vasectomy. And he said he's going to be there for her. And she cries, he cries. And it's just like another, touchy moment that, is probably going to go down in history because we don't know how long her father's going to be around, but hopefully he's around forever and ever and ever, ever. And so now you see why Contessa can quickly move on quickly, fast, and she does take her profession very seriously because she just wanted to help people because she saw two people that she loved the most grow up sick and then having her father disappear on her too as well. So, kudos to Contessa. And I just hope Toya just sees this back and feel a different type of way than she feels now. But it is what it is with that situation. Then we also get to see Dr. Heavenly in her situation where we kind of realize why the issue with Mariah goes deep. Mariah is low down too. So she could be very low down to Dr. Heavenly, especially saying that her husband's cheating and she has receipt and invoices to destroy her marriage like that, or to try to destroy her marriage like that when, Mariah went through the same thing with Dr. Aiden cheating on her. Why would she wish that on any woman and act like it's a bit like she got receipts that your husband ain't no good? That's really childish and selfish too as well. Like, if you're going to bring her some receipts or tell her because you want her to know the truth and you want her and her family to heal from it, not separate or tear down another black family. That's not cool. But we see Mariah has to reach because, she feels like she has to defend herself against Dr. Heavenly. And it is what it is with that situation. But we also see that Dr. Heavenly, didn't have a good relationship with her mom and her sister. Like, she said her mom loved her because, she tried to get her to go through medical school and said she was smart, but her sister was always pretty, probably the life of the party. Everybody wanted to be around. And Mariah probably kind of reminds her of her sister Denise because Mariah's the life of the party. She's pretty and she demands attention and she demands for the room to pay attention to her when she enters and when she walks in. And everything is most focused on her looks and her dressing and all this other stuff. So that's type of a situation too as well. So it also seems like Dr. Heavenly didn't grow with a lot of bonding and sisterly and motherly love all together because she didn't hear I love you a lot, or probably rarely ever heard it. And then competing with her sister and always fighting with her sister, and we find out that her sister actually moved in with her and then she had to kick her sister out and her sister's down on her luck or whatever. But Dr. Heavenly's going to try to travel to Miami and change things so we can understand why it's easy for Dr. Heavenly to check a female and say, hey, goodbye, I don't need this, and just tell him how she feels because she's suffering from the lack of love that she didn't have growing up as a child. So with women, she's easily and quickly able to dismiss a woman from her circle or from her life without any questions, and not being actually that close and actually open up deeply to the women around her because she didn't have that growing up. But she knows how to be a wife and she knows how to be submissive and she knows how to cater to her husband. So we see that situation. Let's see her work on having some friendships. You know what I'm saying? So, but she does have friendship, but she just keeps it real. And she just says what's on her mind, whether it hurts or not. Because the truth can be very brutal without, caring for somebody, without being, caring for their feelings. It could be very brutal if you're not emotional, if you're emotional careless with the truth. So we get on to the situation, and Dr. Heavenly and is sitting at the table with Toya and Mariah, and Dr. Heavenly was like, I'm sick of this shit, I'm sick of everything that's going on. If Toya can forgive everybody, if she can forgive Mariah, even though that woman had lied on her, had everybody believing that Toya said something bad about her daughter and then beat her up at the pool and everything, everybody forgive each other. I don't even know why they fighting over here. I don't even know why that's going on. And Toya's like, I ain't saying nothing, I ain't bringing nothing. And Mariah was like, Dr. Heavenly, what did you say? What'd you say? And then so Heavenly is playing chess right now, because the thing is, she got Mariah over there to her house, and she can dismiss Mariah anytime that she feels like, and tell her off, because she's on her she's at her house on her property, and she has not forgave Mariah for what she said when she said that when Mariah said that she had receipts that Dr. Damon was actually cheating. And so she's feeling a certain type of way, and baby, I got you here in my house and you relax. Mariah, you should have wore your sneakers and put your hair back in a ponytail, girl. But it wasn't gonna go down like that. Dr. Heavenly just wanted to check you and let you know that you was wrong. And also, Dr. Heavenly was able to get Mariah to leave the situation, to leave her party, to get out and go. So when the women actually did some healing together, guess who was not there among the healing is Mariah. So Mariah, it seems like Mariah was pushed out this season. Pushed out this, particular episode. And then on top of that, Mariah wanted to leave, Simone's party, when it was that party to get my sexy back, and she was about to leave, but Toya encouraged her to go back in. So she didn't have that encouragement this time, so she left. So Dr. Heavenly knew what she was doing. And Mariah feels like that Dr. Heavenly was mad at Quad, and that's why she took it out on her. Nope, she wanted to get you for what you said about her husband and embarrassing her and hurting her husband, because Damon was upset. He was upset about it. He was like, why would Mariah say something bad about me or accuse me of cheating? I never done anything to that woman. I only been nice to her. I never disrespected her anyway. Why would she disrespect me? So you already know when Dr. Damon said that about Mariah, Heavenly was not going to let that situation go, and she damn sure did. And so the women kind of healed together without Mariah being a part of that very camera time and emotional moment. So we have that situation go down. And so the Mariah was like, Heavenly, what you saying? Heavenly was like, you heard what I said. I don't want to hear shit you got to say, you lying bitch, or whatever. And Mariah was like, oh, you just mad at me because of Claude. And so then Contessa and Dr. Simone or sitting down, and Toya, Heavenly, and Mariah comes over there to join them on the other couches, and Contessa, she jumps up and she leaves. She don't want to be bothered with Toya. She got up, she left the situation. I think Quad is in the back, doing her makeup or something like that, getting her makeup together, because Tia, she's been crying that's the river, so she's back there doing that. And so then so Toya and Mariah walk over there. Contessa, she bounces in heaven, and so Mariah says, everything's always about me. Yeah, it is about you right now, but not the situation. This is you wanted to bring Quad her pocketbook. You should have left her pocketbook right there on the table, but you was trying to be humble and bring her pocketbook to her, or you trying to get camera time and find out what was going on and be a part of the scene or whatever. Anyway, it was a nice gesture, and you tried to, and it didn't go over so well. And because at the end you called her a B word because she wouldn't come and received a pocketbook from you. She said, lay it down on the street, throw it away, I don't care. So Mariah is like, and then so then Heavenly was like, so when Mariah said everything's about me, Heavenly said, bitch, you lied. Heavenly said, where's your receipt? You got receipts on my husband? And Heavenly's like, you got receipts? Mariah was like, yes, I got receipts and I have invoices. And Mariah was like, and then so then they're arguing, they're getting up, they're moving each other away. Mariah is like, go find your mother. And that's when Dr. Heavenly was like, go find your mother. Dr. Heavenly was like, I know where my mama is. Do you know where that lying, dirty, ugly ass mother of yours is? I was like, no, you did not go there. Call her mother ugly, dirty, and say she's lying. I was like, damn, why you go there about her mother, but Mariah opened the door when she said, "Go find your mother." She wasn't as low down and dirty with it, but Heavenly was, because you opened the door for her to tell another mama joke, and she did. She don't like Mama Lucy, so we have that situation going on. And Mariah was like, "Oh, you lie, you lying bitch! Your house is so dirty. Your house is nasty. You need to wash this house. We're probably all contaminated." Dr. Simone started laughing because they know them blue crabs were all crawling on the ground, on the dirt, and they put them right inside the pot. Whatever filthy anybody spit, piss, animal piss, that shit went right in the pot of the blue crabs. And so and Dr. Simone, she's smiling because she know what went down. And I don't know why she laughing, because did she think the house was dirty? But Dr. Simone was like, them are fighting words. And yes, they are fighting words. Down south, if you go into somebody's house, or if you're in an argument, you call somebody a dirty, nasty bitch, and you say their house is filthy, that is a total insult. I mean, that is like the worst that you can say, because, it's the image of being a Southern belle, having a clean house. When you come over, you sit on the porch, you sit on the deck. We got sweet tea, we got tea ready. There's a cake or a pie in the oven, or there's some biscuits, or there's some, type of dessert sitting on the table, cool enough for you guys to have a dessert. They pride themselves, especially if you got big mamas and big aunts down south. Like, if the house is clean, they want to eat off the floor. This house so clean, you can eat it off the floor. And then they come in, big mama, aunties, grandmother, great grandmothers come in, like, I want to see my reflection in the cabinets. I want to see my reflection in the floor. I want to see some reflection. So it's really like when somebody says you a filthy bitch down south, that is an insult. And guys, listen to that, because their mama's clean, their auntie's clean. They're like, "Oh, she's filthy," and they'll come over. They won't take their shoes off. They'll keep their coat on. So I totally and she was like, "This house is so nasty. You need to wash on the outside." I was like, "Mariah, you went there calling that house filthy and dirty." No, she didn't. I believe Heavenly has, housekeepers and maids and things like that. Her house is huge. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is with that situation. I was like, damn. So, Heavenly goes to talk to, Quad. Quad is crying. And so Heavenly was like, Mariah's trying to act like every black man cheat. Every black man don't cheat. Then Contessa, she co-signs, my husband didn't cheat on. My husband ain't no cheater. But Quad is sitting there like, damn, my husband's a cheater. And so anyways, they have that situation. So all the ladies, they end up sitting together. They all come together and sit together. And then Dr. Jackie, she comes through, and basically she wants the lady to sit down and talk and, express their feelings and things like that. And then you have, Quad says, like, me, you, and Simone, like, what we're going through and what we have, and we should be connected. We should be riding for each other. Everything should be good between us. But then Dr. Simone's like, the difference between me and you is I'm out in the open. When she said it's out in the open, I was like, that's my song. Johnny Taylor is out in the open. I haven't heard that song in like 2 years. When she said that, my shit is out in the open, like Johnny Taylor, I was like, you go, Simone. But Simone used the nag. And you came there for war with Quad, but at least you got your point across, and you guys were able to end up talking. And Dr. Jackie was able to mediate. And then so Quad goes, well, you know what, if I can trust you again, and Dr. Simone, trust, you're not gonna play that game when we trust. I ain't never gave you a reason not to trust me. What you mean trust? You're not gonna throw me in that category. You're not gonna throw me under that bus. And then so Quad changed, and she was like, I just don't want to be judged. I don't want to be judged for what I said. I want to be judged for what I'm going through and to be the talk of the town. But when it was Dr. Jackie, all you did, Quad, was cry and talk about Dr. Jackie's situation, argue with Dr. Gregory over and over. Any type of events that you guys went through, the first thing you did was talk about Curtis, his situation, then being rude to Curtis, didn't want to be around him, and be like, why is Jackie forgiving him? I never forgive a man that cheats. And so we know you ain't gonna forgive Dr. Gregory, and it's gonna be over. But if you listen to what Mariah says on YouTube, she's talking about that you was low down and you was dirty. You didn't sleep with the man. You just took his money. You just used her to film. You got what you wanted, and now you gone. It's like, and Mariah's out here telling all types of stories. And she was like, she feels sorry because all of us, we begged Gregory to marry you. It's like, yo. So, anyways, that's what Mariah said, on YouTube last week. And I guarantee you she got another video out because she goes over this show and she talks about Quad, mainly Quad. So, I guess this talk is going to be about Heavenly. She's going to talk about Heavenly when she gets on Instagram Live and then it's uploaded to YouTube or whatever. So, and so then, Quad, she starts to cry. She talks about she's not happy. She talks about that she's miserable. She don't feel good. It's hard for her to get out the bed, and she's just crying. She was like, I'm just so unhappy. Like, the way that she described it sounds like torture. So Dr. Heavenly was like, damn, get up and go, girlfriend. Like, leave. Why you stay? And then she was like, oh no, stop it, Heavenly. And she was like, because of this and whatever. So, but we know Quad is leaving Dr. Gregory, and you don't ever stay in a relationship where you crying like this, where you feel like, it's over, it's done with, like it disgusts you, you're hurt, you're weak, you're depressed, you can't move, you can't sleep, you can't eat, you're miserable. Life is too short to be living like that, and to be living in a situation like that. Anything can happen to you. You can lose your life, you can lose your limbs, you can lose something. So you want to make sure you try to enjoy each and every moment of your life. Do you see what Dr. Contessa's father is going through and what Contessa is about to do? She's about to get a vasectomy because she is scared that she might develop cancer because it runs in her family's and her genes. So therefore, don't stay in a relationship that you don't want to be in, that you feel like it's not going to go nowhere. Check yourself out first and making sure you're doing the right thing, and anything that you're lacking, you try to correct that and see if it will make the relationship better. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for your happiness, and don't torture yourself in that situation you don't want to be in, or you feel like it's never going to get better. So we have that situation. And so anyways, moving on from that. So, basically all the ladies agreed, to be more supportive to each other, to be less judgmental. Quad apologized for closing them out and shutting them out and not letting them be a part of her life, or not letting them be a part of what she's going through and opening up to them. They accept the apology, so we're going to see what happens. Quad has showed up to this event, and she has showed up to the Fitney event, so we'll see what's going to go down with that situation. We get Mariah. She meets up with Toya, and Mariah did look good in all that light blue and that white belt. I was like, you go, girl, in the light blue fingernail polish, looking all good. So Toya was like, hey girl, what's going on with them receipts? You got real receipts and real invoices on Dr. Damon for real, or is it just hearsay? If it's hearsay, you need to keep it to yourself. And then Mariah says it's hearsay. So like, you playing with somebody's situation, their marriage, on some hearsay. So if you're gonna bring us some hearsay to bring drama to the show, make sure you bring the person that told you the hearsay and the person that told them the hearsay and the other person and the other person, and line them up and let us question them. Like, come on, you don't mess with somebody's marriage like that. You already know what you and Dr. Aiden went through. Why would you want to tear down this family, especially on some hearsay that may not even be true, and you don't even know if it's a credible source, and you're gonna put that out there in the universe? Like, come on, miss me with that, Mariah. That's kind of low down and dirty. But let's see if you come with any receipts or invoices, because we already have a Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives, aka no receipts. Don't you be no aka Mariah with no receipts. So anyways, Mariah was like, yeah. So I guess Mariah said she's gonna try to be the bigger person and let it go and not worry about it. But you talking about somebody's husband cheating, all she did was throw a poster at you and made fun of you was overweight in the poster or whatever. So, and Mariah also brings up a good point. She's saying that Contessa needs to let, Toya be heard and let her get what she needs to say off and apologize and then move forward. Like, and so Mariah's like, well, she don't even know, Contessa don't even know Toya. And so, basically, they go to the Fitney event. And, Contessa, she walks up to Toya, she hugs her, she kisses her, she greets her because she wants to move forward. They're all having a good time at the Fitney event. Curtis is there, and he's happy to be there. And this is the first time he's involved in the Fitney event, because last year they was going through turmoil. And now, Dr. Jackie's happy that she got her husband next to her. She kissed him in the mouth, showing public affection. And Cecil's kind of feeling some jealousy because he wants some PDA, he wants some public affection, he wants some sex from Dr. Simone, but Dr. Simone is not feeling like she feels special anymore. So Cecil, do what you need to do what you need to do in the beginning. You know what turns her on, you know what she likes. Go back to the old thing and do that and lay it down. wine her and dine her with your words, with gifts, with emotional support. Ask her how her day's doing. Call her, tell her you love her, bring her some roses, bring her some dinner, walk the dog, do something to bring the happiness back. Do all that you can do in that situation. And, Simone, just quit with the nagging and pointing damn fingers. But, Curtis, Cecil has a lot of time on his hand because he ain't working. So he needs to dedicate some of his free time to pleasing Simone, in my opinion. So moving on from that situation, the Fitney event goes good together, goes well. Dr. Jackie partners up people that don't get along because she's trying to get their relationships back together. Toya and Contessa seem to be doing a very good job. Contessa apologized to Toya and wanted to move forward. Toya was like, okay. But Toya was like, this is not the time or the place to talk about this, especially not at Dr. Jackie's event. And so also Contessa asked Quad how she's doing, not without having her husband. And how you think she's doing? She ain't doing too good. She ain't feeling too good about the situation. But she feels happy that she's there. She can have a good time and she ain't got to argue with, Dr. G. So it is what it is with that situation. So they carry on like that. And so then we get to the dinner situation with Toya and, Contessa. They meet up, they have dinner. And Toya is trying to express how she feels about Contessa, taking little shots, throwing little shots at her and things like that. And she's feeling a certain type of way. And she wants to address all these issues in order for her to move on, in order for her to understand where Contessa's coming from and get it off her chest so she can let it go. But Contessa's not trying to hear it because Contessa is dealing with it another way by just ignoring it, pushing it under the red carpet, pushing it under the carpet and moving on and let it be because it's not that serious. Because damn, she's about to get a vasectomy. Her father got prostate cancer. She's going through a lot. And, so it is what it is with that situation. So they're both on two different pages of how to heal and how to move forward so they don't get anywhere. And, Contessa kind of like cuts off, Toya and started ordering food and not validating her feelings or her emotions. So Toya is feeling a certain type of way, like this ain't really my friend. Even though Toya doesn't understand where Contessa's coming from and how she deals with issues, they both deal with issues very differently. But I think Contessa has to think a little bit outside the box and just let Toya get off what she needs to say. But she's not used to people whining or saying things to an adult, whining or going deep, digging back into the past because, she let the past go with her father. She's trying to let the past go with Toya. But Toya was like, I want to talk about the past, heal from the past, and let's move on. And so it doesn't go that way. Toya's feeling a certain type of way, and she was like, come on, you're just gonna order food. Food is more important than that conversation. Contessa, she gets up, she walks away. That's when Toya was like, bye bitch, see you bitch, or whatever she says. Then Contessa turns around quickly, fast into her, and she sat down, threw a pocketbook down, and what? You ain't gonna bully me, you ain't gonna push me away, you ain't gonna dismiss me, you ain't in charge. And so that's when Toya's like, I'm gonna show you how to walk away. So Toya gets up and she walks away. Contessa was like, well, the dinner's on you. And Toya was like, and so Contessa orders her drink and she's about to eat. And it's just that I think they can work it out if they can actually understand where both of them are coming from. And Toya is able to express how she feels, and then Contessa has to express how she feels about the situation, or just listen to Toya's side. Because if Contessa says that, I don't think it's a big deal, but it's not a big deal to Contessa, but for some reason to Toya it's a huge deal. She's feeling shaded. She's feeling like they should be closer than they should be closer than anybody else. And it seems like even at the Fitney event last year, they wasn't close. So it's a situation with them. Peace. I'm out. One love.